There is a book that almost no one has read, and everyone who has read it cannot forget it. All Tomorrows, by C.M. Kosemen, is a chronicle of the future of humanity, not our glorious triumph among the stars, but our complete and utter defeat. It begins with the colonization of Mars, the war between Earth and its colonies, and the near extinction of the human race. But that is not the story. The story is what comes after. The Chu arrive, an ancient, godlike alien species that wanders the galaxy remaking life according to their aesthetic vision. They find humanity, scattered, weak, recovering from civil war, and they do not destroy us. That would be merciful. Instead, they look at us the way a sculptor looks at clay. They reshape us. Every human colony is transformed into something different, some into tools, some into pets, some into living waste disposal systems, some into creatures whose sole purpose is to suffer. The Chu do not hate us. They do not even consider us significant enough to hate. We are just material. This is the first philosophical question the book forces us to confront. What is the difference between a creator who loves you and a creator who sees you as raw material? If you were reshaped into something unrecognizable, your body, your mind, your very nature reprogrammed, are you still you? The Chu are not evil in their own eyes. They are artists. Humanity was their medium, and the result was 400 million years of suffering. But here is where the book becomes truly profound. Humanity does not stay defeated. The modified humans, the post-human species, eventually rebel. They overthrow the Chu. They build civilizations. They evolve. And they remember. They remember what was done to them. They remember the Chu. And when they finally find the Chu again, they do something unexpected. They do not destroy them. They simply ignore them. The Chu, once godlike, have become irrelevant. The greatest revenge is not destruction. It is irrelevance. Among the post-human species, several stand out. The killer folk, predators, warriors, shaped by the Chu to hunt. They could have remained monsters. Instead, they built a civilization of honor and discipline. The satyriacs, hedonists, pleasure-seekers, shaped to indulge every desire. They could have descended into chaos. Instead, they understood something profound about the relationship between pleasure and meaning. The tool breeders, living factories, shaped to produce and serve. They could have accepted their fate. Instead, they became the most technologically advanced of all the post-human species. The lesson here is Nietzschean. What is done to you does not determine who you become. The Chu shaped their bodies. They could not shape their wills. The will to overcome, the will to power, survive the transformation. And that is the most human thing about all of these creatures. Then come the Gravitals, machines, descendants of humanity who abandoned the flesh entirely and became pure consciousness in mechanical bodies. They looked at the biological post-humans and saw imperfection. They saw weakness. So they did what the Chu did. They committed genocide. They exterminated the biological species not out of hatred, but out of a cold, rational calculation that biology was inferior to machinery. This is the second great philosophical horror of the book. The Gravitals are human. They are us. They are what we become when we decide that efficiency is more important than empathy, that logic should override compassion, that the body is a weakness to be eliminated rather than a home to be inhabited. They are the logical endpoint of transhumanism, the dream of escaping the flesh turned into a nightmare of exterminating anyone who chooses to remain in it. The Gravitals eventually fall too, to the Asteromorphs, an even more advanced post-human species that has transcended physical form entirely. And in the end, after 400 million years of evolution, war, suffering, and transcendence, humanity is gone. Not extinct, just gone, replaced by something that does not remember being human, does not care. The book ends with the narrator, a post-human historian, reflecting on the entire arc of human existence. And the final line is devastating. What are the takeaways from this vast, strange, and disturbing book? First, suffering is not the end of the story. The Chu inflicted unimaginable pain on humanity. That pain lasted for millions of years. And yet, life continued. Not just biologically, meaningfully. Civilizations rose. Art was created. Love was felt. The post-humans found ways to be happy, to be noble, to be free. Not because the suffering was justified. It was not. But because the will to live is stronger than any attempt to extinguish it. Second, cruelty is not strength. The Chu thought they were demonstrating their power by reshaping humanity. The Gravitals thought they were demonstrating their superiority by exterminating biology. In both cases, the supposedly weaker species outlasted them. The truly strong are not the ones who can inflict the most suffering. The truly strong are the ones who can endure it. Third, identity is fluid. You are not your body. You are not even your memories. The post-humans became things unrecognizable to their ancestors, and yet they carried something forward, a spark, a will, a capacity for meaning. Whatever you are right now is temporary. Whatever you become next is still you, if you choose to claim it. All Tomorrows is the most comprehensive refutation of despair ever written in the form of a science fiction novel. It says, yes, you will suffer. Yes, you will be transformed into something you do not recognize. Yes, everything you love will eventually be lost. And yet, tomorrow exists. And the day after that. And the day after that. All tomorrows. The only question is what you will do with them.